Alright, listen up here. We cannot stray from the path that we have chosen. We need ideas. Alright? If we can't get anything by, I don't know, tomorrow, we are gonna go a couple days without uploading. Which I probably wouldn't mind. Kinda, it's kind of difficult to do something while you're kind of lazy and like to procrastinate. That's not the point, though. The point being is I need an idea. I need something. Okay, things have gotten better. Things have gotten better. This has been a good week so far. No longer a slow week, as what we all remember 2 weeks ago. Viewership was going down, and I mean down. The highest we got on a video was at least 8 views max. We're going back up. We're skyrocketing. Hopefully, that means we get new people into this little community of ours. The problem being, right? I gotta keep up the pace. I gotta keep up the train. I cannot let one day go to waste. So, do any of you, and I mean any of you, have any good ideas? Please. No shenanigans today. No messing around. We have to take this seriously, alright? Hit me with whatever you've got. Anthony, you need to learn to take a chill pill. Jeez, take it slow. You don't need to worry. Although, if you need some ideas, well, I've got plenty of them. Well, I know how you work. I know that you don't want to start the AUs until Season 7's over, which, by the way, 1 episode left. So, once after that, you're going to start your another AU, which, by the way, yeah, you haven't started an AU for like a couple days now, actually. Anyway, not the point. The point being, right? We could always pivot. We could always move all the way down to the ether, so to speak. After all, you did kind of start a series a long time ago that you never finished. First of all, you have 2 games that you have not finished yet, being FNAF VR on the Nintendo Switch, Subnautica, and of course, a Arkham Knight Challenge, which, by the way, you started a playlist for that, and you still have not finished. Matter of fact, you haven't even done a part 2 to 2 of those ideas. 3. You also started another series that you aren't necessarily continuing or plan on continuing. Reading books. Or at least, what's the word? Audio thing, blah, blah, blah. You know, you read a FNAF book on camera. You know, you could just continue doing that. And then go from there. Okay, those are some good ideas. There's a problem with that. First of all, burnout. I burnt out from the Arkham Knight. I still play Arkham Knight from time to time off camera. It's just, I don't know if I have it in me to finish the challenge. I will try though. 2, Subnautica. No! First of all, I'm a coward. Second of all, I'm a coward. Fourth of all, I skipped third. Third of all, I'm a coward. Fourth of all, I'm a coward. Fifth of all, most importantly, let's not forget this. I am a coward. I cannot go a moment without like screaming my lungs off. Man, there's a problem with all the ideas you have given me. Time which I do not have. First of all, I'm interrupted a lot, which is the reason why I record a lot more often when I'm home alone rather than when there's people around, because I'm gonna be interrupted a lot. I want people to be immersed in my content, especially if I'm doing something like playing as you guys. You know, someone screaming out my name from the other side of the house, it takes people out of the immersion, for one. For two, a problem I have with the Subnautica one, same problem I have with the book one, is viewership. Well, not viewership. Audience retention. For one, most people don't watch my videos to the end, so it's kind of difficult to do something like the playing Subnautica and reading if people don't find it entertaining or interesting in the slightest. While they may be good at video ideas, we also have to think of the fact and plan for the fact that most people aren't gonna watch it, most people aren't gonna see it, most people aren't gonna even click on it. While viewership might be up, audience retention is not. And that's not something I can fix. That's not something I can change. That's just a problem I will forever have. And while yes, I am a somewhat small channel that doesn't need to care about audience retention, it's kind of heartbreaking when you put a lot of effort and a lot of soul into something, only for people not to watch it all the way through, which, by the way, I still thank y'all for clicking on these videos, but man, it is just heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. But I still appreciate y'all and all that y'all have done. I'm not angry at y'all. I'm not disappointed. I'm just, I feel a bit down in the gutter, But that's alright. Things get better over time. That's not the point. The point being, right? As for the audiobook, from what I've seen, I haven't necessarily, don't know if this is the actual case or not, but someone's already did what I did. Alright? I thought I was doing something original, providing audio for a book that, well, blah, 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 blah. Someone's already done it, and I bet you they probably did it a lot more better than how I'm doing it. Someone already did an audiobook of a lot of FNAF books. And again, they probably did it better than I did. So, I have nothing against other people. The problem with me is, for one, I don't know how to edit. 2, I don't know how to edit. 3, I don't know how to edit. 4, I don't know how to edit. 5, most importantly, you cannot forget this. I am recording on a phone. A Android, iPhone. I don't know what kind of phone this is. Smug. I don't know, man. I genuinely do not know. But there's a lot of problems that I have yet to fix. For one, I don't have editing software. For two, I have not much to give, right? I don't have great editing skills. I don't have great video quality. Most of my work, you could say I put a lot of quality into. The problem is, right, I go for quantity and quality, and it's very hard to do both, especially when you're recording on a phone. I wish I had a proper camera. I wish I knew how to edit. I wish I had an editing software, but I don't. Best I got is iMovie, and I still don't know how that thing works. So I just choose not to mess with it entirely. Worst of all, I'm gonna be honest with you, my guy. I think my quality's gone down. Other than Nightmare Never Ends, I have not been happy with how any of the seasons have been going so far. Nightmare Never Ends was one of my favorites. One of my favorites, and I mean favorite series. It's not perfect. God Almighty knows it's not perfect, but I put a lot of heart, I put a lot of soul into that series. And man, let me tell you, I did a fantastic job with it. And I don't know if I can replicate that. I don't know. I feel like I've been going down in quality, John. Alright? I need something. Just anything, man. Most of this stuff relies on people clicking. Which, by the way, I don't think a lot of people click onto my gaming videos. So even if I were to do a Subnautica Part 2, it probably wouldn't do well. My highest, and I mean highest, viewed gaming video of this week has 4 views, and that was my Minecraft playthrough, or at least playing Minecraft. There's nothing I can do, man, except continue rowing this boat, continue conducting a train where I have no clue where it's heading. I need something, man. How about you, Mr. K? You're a genius. You're smart. You have a high IQ. What do you have for me? I say you let the boat run its course. Let the train continue on chugging. You see, I think your problem here is you're thinking too hard about this, right? But I see it this way, right? You're not stuck to one thing, right? You're not like known for doing one particular thing. This is a sporadic channel, right? Where you do a lot of different stuff, and you don't necessarily, you don't necessarily, you know, do the same thing all over again or just in general. So my idea is basically that no matter how bad the viewer retention is, you should still do it, right? Especially if it's something that you're really into. For an example, I know you've wanted for a while to continue reading that, doing an audio for that, for the book that you did a while ago. So I say just do it. You know, what, like, what do you have to lose? I mean, yeah, viewer attention may be bad, but that's only at the start. It gets better over time. And what if it gets a low amount of views? You still got at least half people who clicked on it, you know? Besides, I kind of agree with John in the sense of you should let it flow. You should just go with the flow. Let chaos be chaos, you know? That's really all I got, man. I don't know what you want from us. We've got nothing here, man. We've got nothing. To add to that, I think we'd all be dumb and be very dumb to, well, discard the elephant in the room being shorts. We should do more of those. I mean, they seem to get us a lot of traction. YouTube Shorts actually treats us a lot more better than, mostly because most people tend to doom scroll, but that's not the point. The point being, right? Shorts is a good way to at least gain back any lost views, right? And I know you have a lot of ideas for shorts, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. But if you're so worried about audience retention going down on normal videos, you could always just go on to shorts, which I know retention isn't that much better, but hey, at least you'll be rewarded in some way, shape, or form. Besides, taking your time with a video should, I don't know, you should do that a lot more instead of just recording for one day and then uploading it the next. You know, have a recording that takes multiple days to finish. I mean, you have a lot of free time, man, and I mean a lot of free time. Like, the amount of free time you have would be enough to, like, I don't know, put someone who has a lot of free time to shame, you know? I feel like we finally climbed over the mountain and have seen the horizon, mate. At this point, there ain't much you can do necessarily to up the quality of your recording material. For one, we know you don't have necessarily the materials for an actual recording camera. For two, I think you'd need a computer to actually edit videos or figure out how iMovie works, which we both know you're way too dumb to understand how that works, and other stuff. but you'll learn as you go along. I think you should also just go with the flow. Do what you want to do whenever it's on your mind. See, most YouTubers are held down to one specific niche thing. They're known as the person who did this and will forever be known as a person who did this. There's a lot of good examples of this, mate. I mean, you know most of the people who are very good I guess you watch most of the people who are only known for doing one thing and one thing only, mate. Just wait it out. See how it goes. At the end of the day, I don't think it should matter how much views you get on a video. I think what should matter is the fact that people are willing to watch your content, or at least support it in a way, you know? At the end of the day, you should do what you want to do, not, see what does well and what doesn't. I mean, you've never cared, so why start caring now? You've never cared to hop on the popularity trend, or I guess on popular trends, talk about popular subjects unless you're really into it. You're never one to shy away from doing niche stuff. I know views are like something that drive a person to do better, but you should also learn to, if something does bad, well, I'll do better next week. I mean, looking at your older videos, they have gotten a lot more views than they had in the past. It just takes time, man. See, your problem is that you overthink. Never once do you take a step back and look at it from a different perspective. You just overthink. Let things be as they are. After all, you're here to do shenanigans. You're here to have fun, but also talk about some serious topics every once in a while. I mean, you should just continue on trekking through this mud, so to speak, and see where it leads you. What you want isn't ideas. That's not what you want. That's not what you need. You have plenty of those. What you want is a plan. A solid plan for what you should and should not upload, to get the perfect amount of views on every video and the perfect amount of viewer retention on every video. That's just not possible. Trust me, a lot of people say they've cracked the code. They haven't. No one has. See, a lot of people think they cracked the code by making things exciting, dramatic, showmanship, or just straight up jumping the shark, if you will. But that's not the reason why people stay. Or at least, if it is, not for long. No one will stay after jumping the shark way too many times. People will start to see a fault. See you for who you really are. See, no one truly cracks the code of being, a well-liked person in the media group. It's only people who crack the code on being famous, and that only lasts for so long. Eventually, the sun will burn out. the spotlight will fade. I mean, even some of the biggest names on here are not at the same place they were back then. And that's fine. You have to learn that as the tide comes and goes, one day you'll come and then you'll go. Nothing's permanent. Nothing's immortal. Nothing lasts forever. And that's the beauty of life. But at the end of the day, do what you want to do. You don't need ideas. You've got plenty of them. I know you don't consider yourself a creative person, but I mean, come on, man. Look at me. Look at them. I think you do a fantastic job at being creative. Let the train guide you. Let the wind tell you where you need to go. Because in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. As long as you do you. After all, that's the kind of message you've been trying to spread for you. Well, or at least get or somehow talk about. Don't be afraid to be weird. After all, being normal isn't quite everyone's style. But I think it's time we bid you adieu, Anthony. Till next time, old friend. Deuces. What? And they're gone just like that. I should really listen to myself, huh? I never do. But maybe that'll change. Hopefully. Yoink. Well, that's that, I guess. I'll see y'all very soon. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is when I'll see y'all. But for now, I'll see y'all very soon. Till next time. A royal decree. I will get better. I will upgrade. Not now. Probably not even this year. Probably not even next year. Maybe not even the year after that. But someday, I'll get better. More pizzazz, more showmanship, and most importantly, dramatics. But until then, you're gonna have to deal with a phone. By the way, these are some of the thoughts that have gone through my head multiple times. One little secret I'll let you in on is I put a piece of myself in every character I've made. Well, at least my main core of characters. Well, see y'all soon. Bye.